Oh, what the shit? Fantastic.
And it was so boring.
Is that what I think it is?
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
I hate them.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That was so awful. You can't handle the truth.
Welcome to See It, Stream It, Skip It, the movie podcast talking about all the movies that are going on in the theater and if they are worth their time, affiliated with Metro News. And I am your host, Ethan Collins. Alongside me, my usual co-host, Celeste Ellis. Celeste, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. So we kind of went 1A, 1B last week. Now we're going to kind of go in the opposite direction with a 2A and 2B. We went with two mainstream movies last week. Now we're kind of going with two movies that went under the radar. So, with that being said, are you ready to get into the first movie?
Let's go.
All right, let's roll the trailer.
We just wanted to give you this. That's our demo. It's Analog Dogs.
Is that your phone number on there?
Yeah. We just met Green Day.
Liars.
Put the ladder back up, Tommy. Hello? You're not gonna believe this. Trey Cole called what?
He loved our demo.
He invited us to LA to open for them on New Year's. Can I take your car?
No, because you don't have a license.
Come on!
Well, how are we getting her there?
We're taking Wayne's car.
How are you opening for Green Day?
Honestly, I don't know.
Are you guys gonna kiss? Because, I mean, maybe. If you come back.
Mushrooms? What? No. I don't have hands. You drove away with this in your vehicle. We're a band. We're opening for Green Day.
Give him hell.
Nimrods, directed by Lee Kirk and starring Mason Thames, Kyler Kaufman, and Ryan Faust. Three friends journey from Kansas City to Los Angeles, mistakenly believing that their band is opening for Green Day on New Year's Eve. Sorry, I just spoiled it, but it is in the synopsis.
Okay. So it's not a secret. They're just hiding it in the trailer.
That is correct.
Okay.
So we were talking about this while the trailer was rolling. We were like, should we keep it a secret that they're not actually opening for Green Day? It's actually just a joke.
Because in all of the trailers, they don't show that it's not real. They make it seem like they are actually opening for Green Day in the trailers.
Yeah.
So that was a big surprise to me when we actually watched the movie, that it was all a ruse.
Well, you find out pretty early on.
Yeah, but
So-
I was like, oh, I didn't know that it wasn't real from the trailers. So I'm surprised that the synopsis gives up the ghost.
Yeah, it is a little bit of spoiler alert there, I guess. But we will talk about this. I have to say I was a little bit disappointed in this movie. I had kind of expectations going into this movie, and maybe that was my biggest problem. I kind of just expected this to be a teen comedy or a coming of age tale, road trip, I guess you could say, and it was not that.
It is that, but maybe you didn't like it because you're too old now.
Oh, thank you for officially telling me I'm old. Thank you.
You don't get it because you're not a teen. No, I honestly, my initial thoughts are that this seems like a teen comedy from 2002. It seems a little out of time. I almost would have enjoyed it more if it were a period piece that took place in that like 2002, 2007 kind of window, because the characters feel very reminiscent of that type of teen comedy road trip film.
And there's also there's hints and snippets. You get the old camcorder. One of the main characters has a flip phone, which I'm sorry, I can't remember the last time I saw anybody under the age of 60 still having a flip phone. Most kids nowadays are using an Android for their first phone.
I think it's part of the character that he wants to be analog, that he's sort of obsessed with the past.
Hence the name Analog Dogs.
Analog Dogs. Yeah, I think that's part of the character. But all of that does make it feel like it is sort of a period piece that they accidentally set in the present day. I suspect that the only reason they didn't make it a period piece is because Green Day wanted to appear in the film, and they're the age that they are now, and they didn't want to de-age themselves to what they looked like in the 2000s. So I think that's the only thing that kept it from being a period piece, but I think it would have made more sense if they were.
Let's talk about the main cast, because I'm a pretty decent fan of Mason Thames. He's really good in The Black Phone. I thought he was decent in How to Train Your Dragon, even though I'm not the biggest fan of that franchise. Don't hate me for that, Celeste, please. But also McKenna Grace is in this, and Thames and McKenna Grace have played a couple before, and I felt that these two shared no on-screen chemistry throughout this film, despite being a couple before.
It almost feels like she should have been in the movie for longer. They should have kept running into each other. I almost would have liked that plot point more if it was like they were going to the same location and they kept running into each other in different kind of hijinks. But they really only meet one time, and so she's not a huge part of the film, and you don't have as much investment in the two of them getting together as I think you would have if it kept being like a happenstance sort of thing.
Did you feel like the band Green Day actually did some decent acting, or?
Yes.
I thought they did.
I honestly, I really like Billy Joe Armstrong. Anytime he's done a cameo.
Looks great, by the way.
Looks fantastic. Anytime he's done any sort of cameo, I think he has like a real, I mean, he's a frontman of a huge band, so of course he has chemistry and charisma, but I think he does a great job, and I think he does the brunt of the acting on behalf of Green Day. But yeah, I really liked the Green Day parts were definitely my favorite parts of the movie.
Weirdly enough, two Office actors are in this movie, with Jenna Fisher playing the mother of one of the teens, and Angela Kinsey plays a owner, or I guess you could say runner of a bar.
Yeah, I think she's the owner of the bar, but yeah, they don't interact with each other, but it was really nice to see the both of them. When I first realized that it was Jenna Fisher as the mom, I was like, oh, she's too young to be the mom, but she's 52, so it does make sense that she would have a teenager. I just didn't realize that she was that old.
A brief appearance by Fred Armisen doing Fred Armisen things.
Fred Armisen is maybe the highlight of the film for me.
Yeah.
I really loved his little appearance.
It was almost like that one television show where they do skits with Bill Hader. It was like one of those skits come to life.
Documentary now,
yeah.
But it's a movie version. It's like a quick cameo. Yeah, I liked the little side quests, and I loved the Green Day parts.
All right. So, final verdict on this, 20 seconds. Do you see this? Do you stream this? Or do you skip this?
This is a stream it for me.
I'm going to say skip it. It's just, I didn't really find it that compelling. Not really interested for me. But I'm glad I saw it, maybe to the casual viewer. probably don't go and see it. All right, that's going to do it for Nimrods. When we come back, we'll go right to Tony here on See It, Stream It, Skip It.
Okay, so I'm just gonna walk you through the basic vision. It's a coming-of-age story. Excuse me, I need to speak with you.
Didn't you punch a hole in the principal's door?
You know, a lot's changed since high school. I'm a writer now. The truth is, I'm about to get this huge writing fellowship. Hello?
Mr. Bourdain, the committee has decided to go with another student for the fellowship.
I need a job.
You worked in a kitchen before?
Sorry. Yeah.
We open Wednesday to Sunday. Start 11 a.m. That means that you are here at 10:45. 11 is late. Anyone late is fired.
You know I can cook too.
The kid said he's a cook, chef.
I'm a writer, but I said I know how to cook.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't understand that.
I see. None of that was my...
I don't care, Tony.
Are you a good guy or a bad guy?
Let me teach you this. This is how you open an oyster.
I ate these in France when I was a kid. I said they taste like the future.
I was reminded every measure I got on fine with modern living.
This guy, he's like a master chef.
And the world still so wild called to me.
We're gonna start with this special. Every Friday, something fancy but not pretentious, something sexy, something only you can do.
I was lost, I've been kept.
This is insane. I know.
What's this?
That's for you.
And the world still so wild called to me.
If anybody asks, I'm not a writer. I work in a kitchen.
Sorry, what is your name?
Anthony Bourdain.
Tony, directed by Matt Johnson and starring Dominic Sessa as Anthony Bourdain, Antonio Banderas, and Emilia Jones. A 19-year-old Anthony Bourdain travels to Provincetown and stumbles into the chaotic world of a restaurant kitchen, setting off a summer that will shape the course of his life. That is a perfect synopsis of this story. And it's extremely heartwarming. It's phenomenally acted. And it really does kind of make you sad knowing what happened later in Anthony Bourdain's life. But this story is a glimmering light in it.
I think it made me just appreciate all of the life that Anthony Bourdain lived. And I love how unkind this film is to him. It's not like...
And he would have probably loved it.
That's what I mean. It's not like they whitewashed this at all and made him seem like the good guy. He seems at points like a little twerp because he's very young and he's figuring himself out, and you watch him make choices where as an adult you're watching him like, no, don't do that. That's a bad idea. But watching him do it, it's just, you're rooting for him so hard. You're rooting for him to do things the right way. You really want to see this kid succeed. And it is just so masterfully done. I love that it's not, they sanded all of his rough edges and made him seem like the hero of the film. They really left it in, and I just really loved it.
Do you mind if I read the quote from the beginning of the film?
No, I loved the quote from the beginning. Go ahead.
Okay. I was, to be frank, a spoiled, miserable, narcissistic, self-destructive, and thoughtless young lout, and badly in need of a good butt kicking.
I loved that. And I honestly think that quote really set the tone for what the film was going to be. And he is that. You can tell that he's self-aware enough to give us the full story, and like I said, it's just such a good relationship movie. And I don't mean romantic. I mean like relationships between two people just developing, seeing someone come into their own. It is the best kind of coming of age film, I think.
So, before we get into the acting and their performances and stuff, did this make you want to take a trip to the New England seaside?
Absolutely. I wanted to go the second I left the theater. It's a good thing that I didn't just get in my car and drive.
Yeah. It's a good thing you had already done your vacation that year.
Yeah, it looked so beautiful. It also made me wish I had a time machine so that I could experience 1975. As we know, as fans of the show know, I love the movie Jaws, which is also set in 1975 New England. And this gave me the same sort of like nostalgia for something I've never experienced that Jaws gives me. Just that beautiful New England town where there aren't cars on the streets. People are just walking. Like, it seems so lovely that I wish I could transport myself back there.
So I'm going to kind of work backwards from least amount of line and dialogue and screen time that I feel like needs mentioning to. We'll go to Dominic Sessa, who plays Anthony Bourdain. Stavros.
Loved to see him. Excellent work. I love that he's getting into more films. He was in Begonia. He's in this. He's playing himself a little bit, but the guy that he's playing, if you've ever worked in a kitchen, you know that guy.
I was about to say, can you elaborate on that? Because I've never worked in a kitchen. This film kind of goes into what life is like in a kitchen, in a small kitchen in this film. But you have worked in the restaurant industry, and you can attest to how real it is?
Yeah, I feel like it's really real. You know, they're poking fun of each other. They're swearing the whole time. It's hot. Everyone's a little cranky. Everyone's a little bit miserable. But at the end of the day, everyone is friends and hanging out with each other. So it really does feel real for people who've worked in kitchens, I think.
Working in a kitchen is the only place where you can scream, yell, and curse at each other, and by the end of the shift, sit down, have a meal that you cooked at that same restaurant with the people that you worked with, smile, laugh, have a beer, and go home.
Yes, and, and maybe you go to a party together afterward.
Yeah.
Everyone is young, everyone is an idiot. It's just very fun to watch, kind of the camaraderie.
Leo Woodall, who plays Sal, is interesting. Do you feel like everybody knew someone that worked in the kitchen with somebody like that too?
Okay, so I think there are bits and pieces of Sal's the character's name.
Yes.
There are bits and pieces I think that you'll probably recognize. He's a little bit of the darker version, but I think he did a great job too. I think all of the background actors did a great job, as well as the main cast.
I'm going to start typecasting her as somebody who isn't the star of the movie, is not a lot of screen time in a movie, but somehow plays a huge impact to the direction of a movie, and that is Amelia Jones, who plays Nancy in this, which is kind of the love interest, or I guess you could say crush interest of Anthony Bourdain.
He's a little bit obsessed with her.
Yeah.
In a way that you're sort of realizing is a bad idea. But he essentially follows her. She is the inciting incident for how he ends up here. And she, I think, really steals the screen when she's there. She's not on screen
as she did in The Running Man.
A movie that I loved and is underrated. And if we had had a podcast when it came out, I would have been ranting about how good it is. But yeah, she's really good. I really like her too.
Antonio Banderas. By the way, it doesn't have his name. It just says chef.
Oh, well, they never call him anything but chef. And he is my favorite character. As much as I love Dominic Sessa as Anthony Bourdain, the heart of this movie is Antonio Banderas as the chef. He is so, I think he is the most accurate. Like, if you've ever worked with an older person in a kitchen, I just feel like he is sort of that. I'm very annoyed by all of these kids, but I also care about them deeply.
Or somebody who owns the restaurant but takes an active role in producing the product.
Right. So, you know, and he's not perfect. He's like a little rough around the edges himself, but I just love that character. I thought this was the performance of a lifetime from Antonio Banderas.
Would you think that he should be nominated for an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor?
Absolutely. Let me mark it down now that he's definitely on my list of nominees for Best Supporting Actor this year.
Dominic Sessa as Anthony Bourdain.
Wonderful.
Just
stunning performance. Like, I love him so much as an actor. He was incredible in The Holdovers. I think he was incredible in this. He's just extremely talented. He's everything that I used to like about Timothée Chalamet, but much less annoying.
That's a fair point. That is a fair point.
He doesn't have any off-screen antics that I find obnoxious yet. So I hope he doesn't. Please stay like you are.
Okay. So that is, we come to the final verdict here. I think I know where you're going. Do you see this? Do you stream this? Or do you skip this?
This is a see it. Today I was like, man, I wish I was watching Tony again. This is a see it more than once for me.
It's 100% a see it. This is a movie that goes under the radar with how little it gets promoted. But when it goes to streaming, a lot of people are going to be like, wow, this is an absolutely awesome movie. All right, that's going to do it for Tony. We'll wrap things up right after this on See It, Stream It, Skip It. Anthony Bourdain. I don't feel like that one was as good.
Yeah, you ruined the last take that was perfect. So the listeners will have to take my word that you really, really hit it on the last one.
Well, we wrap things up here on episode 14 of See It, Stream It, Skip It. And we've kind of gotten into that point. I don't think that there's a lot of movies coming out, I guess you could say, this week, because we reviewed 2 movies that actually came out last week, this week.
Right.
And then we're going to be reviewing movies that actually come out next week, if that makes sense. Do you want to tell them the schedule? Because now I feel like I'm just confusing our listeners.
So next week we are going...
All 5 of them.
Next week we are going to be delayed. We normally release on Friday. Next week we're going to release on Saturday, our regular episode. But since you're patient and listening, we're actually going to release our bonus episode on Saturday as well.
Which is
teen movies, high school movies.
Oh boy,
our favorite high school movies.
This is going to require a lot of editing on my part because I want to get a good intro going. Luckily, I have 24 hours in a studio over the next 2 days.
Yes. Ethan is going to be very busy.
Sort of.
He's going to be very busy, and football season is coming up.
That is correct. And Celeste is a very important, kind of a big deal at work. I have been tasked to go on the road.
I'm on the road next week, but not because I'm a big deal.
She's kind of a big deal.
But we will be a little delayed since we have kind of a hectic week ahead of us. So apologies, but you'll get 2 episodes on Saturday.
Yeah, normally it would be okay, but I have a game on Thursday night because the team that I call games for is kicking off the high school football season, so we're playing on Thursday instead of Friday. Normally we would record on Thursday and then release the episode on Friday. It's just a whole bunch of craziness.
Ethan is the voice of the Clay Battelle Seabees.
Yeah.
And you can listen to the Seabees pregame show where they're going to review all classifications.
Yeah, we've previewed all classifications. So that's going to do it for episode 14 of See It, Stream It, Skip It.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.